This is Jessica, and today I want to do a video for you that's going to share a dream that I had a month ago. So, before we get started, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Ahaya, Ashara, Haya, Bahashim Yeshaya, Wakodash Rawak. That's our Heavenly Father in the name of His Son Yeshaya, or Jesus, you might call Him, and the Holy Spirit. Okay, so the reason I'm posting this now is because I got confirmation that I should go ahead and post this. And I have had dreams, even before coming back into the truth and keeping the commandments and building a relationship with Yeshua, I had end time dreams. So I will post a screenshot of a dream that I had years ago. And my friend, she had sent me recently, like 2022, she had sent me, I guess on Facebook, she got a reminder that I had sent her that post, and so she had sent it to me. So I'm going to put that up on the screen so you can see this is something that has happened a lot, even before I was really with Ahaya. So recently I had another end time dream just a month ago, and then I just had another one a few days ago. Now, I was not going to post this. I really prayed about it, and I was like, I knew I needed to post it, but I just wasn't sure when to. Now, the reason I'm posting it now is because, like I said, I had confirmation. There's another sister. She really doesn't even talk about end time dreams, but she just had an end time dream as well, which is very similar to the one that I just had a couple days ago, which I am not ready to share that dream. It was so intense, and I'm not ready to share that one, but I will share the one that I had from a month ago because I've had time to process it, and it does have to do with running for your life, and also the prophecies, how, as a whole, Yasharala, we are mixing up the prophecy as far as the chronological order of prophecy. So let's go ahead and get into this. We're going to talk about the ships of Tarshish and how people are getting this prophecy wrong. And the dream that Ahaya gave me to confirm that we are getting this wrong. The ships of Tarshish are not coming here to Babylon, as a lot of people are suspecting, hoping, wishing, the whole nine. Okay, it's not going to happen. So I'm going to share with you the dream that I had. Okay, so this happened on January the 22nd, which I thought was really interesting. And this just goes to show how Ahaya works, because on the 22nd, well, prior to the 22nd, I kept feeling like something was going to happen. January 22nd it was just this knowing, I guess you could say, this inner knowing that something on the January 22nd was going to happen. Well, nothing happened, but I did get this dream on the morning of the 22nd. So you know how, like, right before you wake up, you'll get a dream? It was like that. So this is January 22nd, 2023. I wake up at 6:26 a.m. and I have this dream, or I wake up from this dream, okay? And so I was in a store, kind of like Target. And what's interesting is I don't shop at Target. I haven't shopped at Target in years. And so I'm in a Target store in this dream, and there's this guy also in the dream, and he's what you would call an Edomite or synagogue of Satan, whichever one you want to call him, or, Jewish. So it's up to you what you want to call them, but the Bible is very clear about who they are. So nevertheless, this man, he's an older man, probably in his 60s, 70s, and he's driving this white Jeep Grand Cherokee. And so as we're on the road, he's trying to squeeze in between me and, well, in between my car and the curb. And I'm making a left-hand turn, but he's trying to squeeze on the right-hand side of me, okay, as I'm trying to make this left-hand turn. And so I'm thinking in my mind, like, the audacity of this person, right? And so what I realized is he was trying to provoke me, right? So I want to talk a little bit about being a targeted individual. Some people might call it gang stalking, a triumphant individual, whatever you want to call it, right? if you are a so-called black person in America, and you don't know that you're targeted, then maybe you're not targeted, because it's very evident if you are a targeted individual. And so that's what this situation was mimicking in this dream. Was this man was he was trying to get a reaction out of me. He was trying to provoke me, and that's what happens a lot in targeting. Okay, so it can be people driving insanely crazy, and I have to thank the Most High Ahaya for the work that I do for my job, because it has taught me a lot about targeting, their patterns, the things that they do. It's wicked. So anyway, going back to the dream, this man is trying to squeeze between me and the curb. He's trying to provoke me. And I was just like, in my head in the dream, just like, what? Like, is he serious right now? Okay. So in the dream, I finally get to Target. And when I get to Target, that same man who was in the SUV, he goes to the same store. Now that happens a lot as well. As a target individual, they will come to the exact same location that you're going to. They more than likely know that you're going there anyway, because you've already said it out loud, right? Everyone's phone is tapped, the whole nine. So if you don't believe me, this is something you have to experience for yourself, or just look at your own situation, things that have happened in your life where you're like, what? Right? So anyway, so we end up at the same store, at this Target, okay? And we go inside, and I actually end up following him because I'm a little curious as to like, what is he doing? Okay. So what I found interesting in the dream is this man has on a sailor outfit. So basically sailors like the Navy, okay? So he has on a sailor outfit, but it's more modern or civilian like. It's more like, like an outfit, not like a uniform, not a sailor uniform, okay? And so it's got, blue and white colors for the shirt. He's wearing slacks, so kind of like maybe khaki slacks, I would say. And the shirt is very fitted, but it is more of a modern civilian type of outfit, okay? So he walks down the aisle and he signals to an item that's on the shelf. And then this other older Edomite man, he also is in another sailor-like outfit. He noticed the signal and he went to see what the other guy had pointed to on the shelf. Okay. So when he gets over to what the guy had signaled to, it was a little package about the size of like 6 by 4 inches or so. And it was hanging by a hook, like when you buy beads. I don't know if you've ever like made jewelry or anything, or when you buy beads from the store, that's kind of what it looked like for jewelry making, okay? So at first, what I thought before I had actually in the dream like zoomed in on what it was, the first thing that had came to my mind was that the label on the package said Admiral. But then when I looked closer in the dream, it said Amazon. So I kept walking around for a minute in the store, okay? And so I thought that was very interesting. And I'll kind of break down each detail of the dream after I tell the dream, okay? So after that incident happened where they're signaling to each other, I walk around the store for a minute, and there were a lot of tiny women. They were Edomite women as well. Were they Synagogue of Satan? I don't think so. They were just probably, your regular, everyday, average, middle class Edomite woman. But the thing is, they were in modest apparel, okay? And they had on these long veils, and they were tiny, like 4'8" to 5 feet tall, very noticeably tiny. And they all had shopping carts. From what I remember, I think they were all empty, okay? And they were all shopping in the same department, which I thought was really weird. Now, what I noticed their height is because I'm about 5'9". I say I'm 5'10", but like 5'9" and a half, same thing, right? So I noticed that was very interesting because of the height difference, okay? So it was very noticeable to me that all these women were very, very petite, okay? And so what I was noticing as I was shopping was just how tiny their feet were and how tiny their bones are, okay? And so then I went to what seemed like a counter for a fitting room, and then I pretty much woke up at that point of the dream. What I also noticed in the dream was just the sneaky I guess, appearance, behavior, the sneaky like appearance that those two men had that were signaling to each other. Okay. I had a feeling that they had a plan, but they only they were the ones who were privy to the plan. Okay. So to break this dream down, what I had noticed was this is talking about the ships of Tarshish and how a lot of people feel like the ships are going to come here. Now, there is a very real possibility, because a lot of people who feel like the ships are going to come here, and that is a part of the rapture doctrine as well. But a lot of people who feel like the ships are going to come here, they really think that their enemy is going to take them back to Africa. Okay? And so that's what this dream was showing me was, yeah, there might be a phony ships of Tarshish rapture that will happen. And that's what this dream showed me. Because first of all, who are the ones who are in control of the money, right? And the banking system and everything? This is the synagogue of Satan. So they are also the ones, I'm telling you, and that's why I have to give all praises to Ahia for being a targeted individual, because it teaches you so much about who is in control and the wickedness that they do. Okay, so these people are the ones who are in control. They have the resources to create a fake return to an exodus, a fake exodus. They can create it. Trust me when I say these people have the resources and the money to do it. Okay, and it will look very real, and a bunch of our people will start getting on these ships only to be slaughtered. They might return a handful, right? Like they did in the 1800s and the 1700s. But as of right now, this is not a mass exodus. Do not get on a ship of Tarshish, okay? It's not coming here, okay? Now, to continue to break down the dream. So these men, they're, like I said, synagogue of Satan. They have a ton of resources. These are also the people who are the head of the gang stalking program or targeting program. Yes, they will use your everyday regular neighbor who might be, a regular white or Edomite person. And a lot of times they will use our own people, okay? Because they know that we need money. We need these things. So your own people who look just like you will be a part of your targeting and you don't know it. All right. So moving on, this man, he's got on this sailor outfit, right? Which is also in tune or in sync with him being a part of this ships of Tarshish, right? Because who navigates the ship, right? But the thing about his outfit or their outfits, they were civilian outfits. They weren't like they were part of the Navy. So that's another clue that this is a red flag. This is a false return, a false exodus, okay? So as far as target, what I got from that was targeting, okay? The Target stores also, from my understanding, will be huge in the end time prophecy as far as FEMA camps and processing and the whole nine, okay? So another tidbit I got was as far as the signaling, right? That's just something that they do. They will signal to each other a lot, okay? There will be a signal that will let them know it's time to get busy. It's time to go ahead and, get these slaves in order, okay? And we don't necessarily know what the signal is, but that's why you need to fast and pray and get close to Ahia, because he will let you know what the signal is, right? And Ahia willing, he will get us out of harm's way before they do this false exodus, okay? So what else was very interesting in the situation was on the tag, I thought it said Admiral, right? So when I woke up from the dream, I was like, Admiral, isn't that a cruise ship? So I Googled it, and yes, Admiral was a cruise ship. It was dissolved, or it just ran out of business decades ago, if I'm correct, okay? So that's another indication that this is a false exodus. Admiral doesn't even exist anymore. And actually what was on it was Amazon, which has to do with shipping and receiving, transporting things. They are also heavily involved with targeting as well, okay? So anyway, moving on. then the women, okay, so I thought this was very interesting. The women being significantly shorter than me, and then they were also in modest apparel, to me was a sign that they are not the real deal, okay? Maybe they were the fake Jews, maybe they were, I don't know. But in the dream, what I noticed when I woke up was the sense of these are false, these are imposters, okay? They may try to look like us from the outside by dressing modestly and all that stuff, but they're not us, okay? And that height disparity, I know not all of Yasharala is 5'9". I understand that. But what I had noticed was the height differential between myself and them, okay? All right, so that is also another, I guess you could say, false flag. Is there's going to be a lot of people, they might even come to you and they might even pretend that they're keeping the commandments, and they might say, I'm a Gentile and I know that you're Yasharala, and I believe in the Messiah, right? We're getting to that time where a lot of Gentiles know that if they are Gentiles and they, Salakia, if they know that they're Gentiles and they believe in the Messiah and they know that we are the true seed, then they will try to cleave to us. But there are going to be a lot of false people. And that's what I believe this part of the dream was showing. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it for the dream. The ships of Tarshish are not coming here. The confirmation for that is Isaiah chapter 60, verse 9. And it reads, "Surely the isles shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of the Most High, thy power, and to the Holy One of Yasharala, because he hath glorified thee." Isaiah chapter 60 is after Babylon is destroyed. Okay, so that's even more confirmation. The ships are not coming to America. Now, if they do come to America, they're coming after the nuclear fallout has gone away. That's really the best way I can put it. And how many people are going to survive nuclear war, right? That should not be the intention, to survive a nuclear war. So it is very possible. I do believe it's possible that the ships will come, or could, I'm gonna say could come to Babylon to get, if there are any more survivors. But the Bible says this place is going to be desolate, right? So you don't want to chance it, okay? So I'm going to be obedient. I'm posting this dream. And, if Ahaya tells me to post the other dream that I had recently, I most definitely will. And I'm praying for you all. Yasharala, please take heed. Like I say in every video, fast and pray. Get close to Ahaya. Get close to Yeshaya and really seek him and see, what is he telling you to do? Okay, what is he telling you to do? What messages are you receiving? Because it's time. Ahaya is getting busy, okay? I love you all, and I pray that you are blessed, okay? And take heed. I give all praise, glory, and honor to Ahaya, Ashar Ahaya, Bahashem Yeshaya, Wa Kodesh Rawak. Selah.